One ogbonge organization wey be Universal Peace Federation, an organization with United Nations ECOSOC Edo State chapter, don honour Honourable Pius Alile as 2023 Man of Peace of the Year. Universal Peace Federation na organization wey dey promote the work of the United Nations and also promote peace, make Honourable Pius Alile Ambassador of Peace sake of him dey committed to living for the sake of others. Na dis one come make UPF Edo State chapter come celebrate Honourable Pius Alile as 2023 Man of Peace of the Year. Ogbonge pipo wey join the UPF celebrate Honourable Pius Alile na Chairman UPF Peace Council Edo State wey also be Chairman of the day, Most Senior Apostle Dr. Unuefe Ikienwu, former Governor of Edo State His Excellency Professor Sareme Osumbo, Edo State UPF Coordinator Osasu Usebo, former Chairman UPF Rev. Dr. Martins Evonwa, representative of the Commissioner of Police CSP Oluku, representative of the Civil Defence and other ogbonge pipo. The Chairman of UPF Peace Council Edo State wey also be Chairman of the day, Most Senior Apostle Dr. Unuefe Ikienwu, come give the welcome address and come throw a salute to everybody wey come join them celebrate the 2023 Man of Peace of the Year.
Of the Peace Ambassador Edo State chapter and all others are here present. Distinguished ambassadors for peace, ladies and gentlemen, and please all protocols observed. I am delighted today as I congratulate the 2023 Man of Peace, a very distinguished ambassador for peace, extraordinary, a man that goes after God's heart, a lover of people, honorable, pious. Indeed, you have demonstrated empathy and love to the poor and the needy over time. Ambassador Alile had constructed bridges of unity and peace in most communities through the provision of borehole water projects, scholarship awards for deserving indigent, empowerment of widows and women and youths. His heart of service to all irrespective of their religions has made him a man of true love and of true light. And gentlemen, please kindly join me as the Man of Peace of year 2019 to welcome Honorable Pius Alile AFP as UPF Man of Peace of the Year.
The guest speaker, State Coordinator of Consciousness, Hare Krishna Temple, Bright Ayadura, come talk on the theme of the program, Living for the Sake of Others, a strategy for communal peace and security, and why it is necessary for people to live for others.
So the topic we are going to discuss is living for the sake of others, a strategy for community peace and security. Because we have more mothers in the house, I will begin my discussion with a story which we use as basis for discussion. Once there was a farmer. He had a very special corn seed. And he sowed the seed, and he had a bountiful harvest. He danced to the market and danced back home because the harvest was so nice and the quality of the seed was very high, top notch. So it was sold very expensive and he got so much money. So in the next planting season, he decided to share this seed among all the farmers who have boundaries with him. So some people came forward and asked him, "Sir, your seed is the choicest of them all, best of seeds. Quality is very high. Why are you sharing this seed?" If you can take a few seconds, think why he shared the seed. And he said, "If I must maintain the quality of my seed, then others should have it. Because if those who are farming around my farm, if they plant substandard seed, when it is time for pollination, the birds will carry pollen grains from the lower seeds and pollinate my higher seeds, and I will have a bad harvest." One reason he shared the seed. Second reason, if I monopolize this wonderful seed, I will have so many enemies. I might be waylaid, attacked, ambushed on the way going to the market. Let there be peace. Let everyone have the seed. If you are smiling home, and I am smiling home, it will be a festival for all of us. Which means automatically there will be peace. That is why the slogan comes, live and let's live. So the simple formula, if I deserve this, my neighbor deserves it also. The background that I have taught us, don't be selfless. Don't be selfless. But what we've been hearing, we should be selfless, right? But my own background said, don't be selfless, but be self-sacrifice. You should sacrifice yourself. If all the rich men in Nigeria, let us start from our state. If 50% of the rich men in those states takes out 20% of their wealth to empower the poor, there will be utter peace in this state. And if we extend that to the whole country, we will not have to be discussing peace every now and then. One of my teachers said, walk your talks. We've been talking for a very long time, but we're not walking our talks. We are saying terrorism is on the increase, banditry is on the increase, social vices on the increase, religious worship centers and places are on the increase. Why is evil and righteousness growing parallel together? Something is missing. The missing link in human consciousness is love. One of my teachers explained that the worst person in the human society is crying for love. If people get the love that they seek, they become better people. I love the word in this theme, community peace. Originally, indigenous Nigerians, indigenous Africans, we had a communal consciousness. They brought us a bastardized civilization, and we lost our greatness, and now we are suffering. I remember one year we slept outside for 2 months. Every evening there are stories, no fear. Why? Because there was a communal consciousness. The much I have read, one principle that affects my life the most says we should give up personal consciousness. We should give up I and my consciousness. We should develop we and ours consciousness.
Edo State UPF coordinator Osasu Usebo can't shook mouth on why them honor Honorable Pius Alile 2023 Man of Peace of the Year.
We are having another Man of Peace of the Year today. So many will say, what the essence of a Man of Peace of the Year? Why do we have these concepts? Why are we having this ceremony today? For you to become a man of peace, you must be an exemplary of a man who lives for the sake of others. In 2019, the chairman of the Peace Council was honored in 2019 as Man of Peace. For you to be a man of peace, you must be a person that lives, truly live for the sake of others, who believe in communal life, who have love for these people, like what is said, the speaker. Pius Alile has affected lives. Presented him before the chairman of the Peace Council. He said, yes, I know him. I know him. Yes, I know him very well. So he's a good man. As a man of peace, first of all, you must become an ambassador for peace first. You must have the consciousness. That is what the speaker was trying to let us know. That you must have that spirit in you before you give it out. It must begin with you. Pius Alile
is not just a man who have desired to help others in recent times. No. I want to tell you, his works is not a recent phenomenon. Pius Alile, Honorable Pius Alile, has been there over the years. It's not because of politics. His character, his goodwill is in it. He's a man who believes in the people. His love knows no bound. The water he gives to so many communities. There are Muslims there, there are Christians there, there are African traditional practitioners there. They all fetch from the same source. And automatically, when they fetch from the same source, that is unity. That is love. And that is progress in the community.
After they read Honorable Pius Alile's citation, the representative of the Commissioner of Police come present the flag, while Professor Osareme Osumbo come present the flag of 2023 Man of Peace to Honorable Pius Alile.
Not too fast.
Please, can we put our hands together for this wonderful ceremony?
Man of Peace 2023. Please put your hands together for him one more time.
Government of peace.
And we put our hands together.
The former governor of Edo State, Professor Sareme Osumbo, Commissioner of Police, through his representative, CSP Oluku, the representative of the Civil Defense and other Ogbonge persons can send their goodwill messages on peace and security.
I can personally attest to the fact that what was said there, particularly in the area of philanthropy, is true and correct. I think it was in June that I had the privilege of commissioning some boreholes that he constructed in many communities in some of the local government areas in Edo South. I believe that that gesture covered all the local government areas, the 7 local government areas in Edo South. I was also at the bursary award presentation ceremony. So this is just to say that I agree that all those things that were said about him are true and factual.
Peace is a prize that we all owe ourselves until we change that perspective of me into ours. We go nowhere. You see, if we must live together, there are few things we must understand. One, are we ready to enjoy our fundamental rights, freedom? Because without peace, it is not guaranteed. Are we ready to enjoy social cohesion, togetherness, which is the basic framework for peace and security? Are we ready to establish bonds beyond boundaries, international relations, until we understand the price of peace? It is not tenable. Are we ready for economic development? You see, if I begin to circle all around this, it will be a repetition, just like what I said, of what the speaker has already said, the guest speaker. But on behalf of the Commissioner of Police, let us take it home.
I know we have taken a lot of messages from the message that has been delivered by the lecturer. And the only thing that we would like to add to it is to live in peace is when your neighbor is not hungry while your belly is filled. If you eat and your belly is getting filled, give part of it to your neighbor. And it is a prophetic saying in my scripture that when you are sweeping your house, the door of your mouth, your door mat, sweep everywhere, sweep your own and your neighbor's own. By the time you do that, every area there will be clean.
I'm very, very glad to be here today. As one person who believes very much that for there to be development anywhere, for there to be growth anywhere, when there is no peace, there can never be development. So the only thing that we owe ourselves, if we have banditry everywhere, and I'm sure we understand how much people have been displaced over time, all those areas where they sing songs of war, if you go there, the devastation in those environments can better be imagined. So very honestly, for there to be growth and development, you just must encourage peace. And peace must start with you. It must start with you. If you are a man of peace and your actions don't suggest peace, then of course, talking about peace is just as useless as not talking. So I'd like to encourage all of us, as we dream of peace, let us also show peace in everything we think, we say, or do. Let peace be reflected.
The 2023 Man of Peace of the Year, Honorable Pius Alile, can salute UPF for the honor and can chook mouth on how he feel about the honor where UPF give him.
I want to say that philanthropy, or what I have been doing for mankind, is as a result of my personal experience as a child growing up. Because I know what it is to go to school without food. I know what it is to not to be sure of where the next meal is coming from. When you live a life of uncertainties, you grow up by living a life of uncertainties. You don't know if you will survive the next minute or the next day. So it was a childhood of very serious hardship and extreme poverty. And growing up, I experienced a very serious predicament. It was tough, but honestly speaking, it was God that saw me through the process of growing up. And that is why sometimes I tell people I didn't remember childhood days. I didn't know anything about childhood, but I grew up because I grew up in a very serious predicament. And that is why, as I grow up, I begin to develop certain dreams, visions, and aspirations, and certain propelling force that when I grow up and when God starts blessing me, I would certainly bless others. Of course. And that has been the propelling force. I do not believe, I believe we live in a society of extreme social inequalities, economic inequalities. The gap between the rich and the poor is so wide. And that is why you have the extreme poor, where a situation where some people can barely feed, but you have other people who are having 20 houses, and that 20 houses is not even inhabited by anybody. If you go to GRO, you will see houses that are being built, nobody is there. And then you have other people that can barely feed, can barely eat, can barely pay their children's school fees. Now, when you have a very big social inequality in a society, there is bound to be tension, and there is bound to be crime. And that is why we have so much crime and criminality in our country. If you have gone abroad, you will notice that the government have a way of intervening. For those who are extreme poor, the government have put mechanism in place, interventionist tools to help. And that is where you have the social security coming to help and assist the poor and leave them a little so that they can live a normal life.
Make na not forget say, as we see am na so we dey talk am, we no dey take blame. From Benin City, Pelumi Mukoro, TMC TV News.